Hello.
There's people up there as well. Hi.
Hello. Alan,
Right.
Given Dodgem Logic's focus on Northampton, does tonight's choice of venue have any echoes of Simon Descendants too?
Ooh, well, yeah, it's another round church. You don't get many of these in the country. It's not the same as ours. Ours is, I think ours is more probably a Templar model. But, I mean, I'm particularly, it's good, it's always good to be in Hackney. You know, it's a great place. It's got Ian Sinclair, who is, in my opinion, one of the very best writers in the English language. He is like the king of Hackney. I mean, he couldn't be here tonight because he's off in America doing beatnik stuff or something like that. But I did, Ian was trying to set up, him and Paul Smith from Blast First was trying to set up something called the Hackney Dissenting Institute, and he wanted me to come along and talk at the first of these dissenting evenings, which I was really happy to do because the whole model of the dissenting academies is based upon local boy Philip Doddridge, who was, we've got Doddridge Church right in the middle of the boroughs. Philip Doddridge basically completely overhauled the entire of the Anglican Church in the 18th century. He forced them, from a little pile of dirt in Northampton, forced the Anglican Church to take in all of the dissenting religions, the Quakers, the Baptists, and like Quakers back then were different to that guy on the porridge box. You know, they were tearing their clothes off. They were, as a form of protest, they were calling for the violent overthrow of the monarchy to be replaced immediately by God's kingdom. You know, they were nutters. You know, and Doddridge used to accept all of them into his very humanitarian. I mean, I'm certainly not a Christian, and he certainly was, but the fact his humanitarianism was gigantic, and the fact that he focused upon this poor neighbourhood when he could have easily had a much more profitable position in a much better place. And sort of, yeah, I mean, like, Paul wanted to get this going again, these dissenting academies, because God knows there's plenty of reason for dissent. And the Hackney Dissenting Academy, yeah, that would be good. That would be good. There had been Hackney Dissenting Academies back in the day, and yeah, Paul was hoping to get all that going again, but funding fell through. And I got a letter from Paul saying, looks like we're all going to have to go back to the underground, which, as I was saying in the latest issue of Dodgem Logic, yeah, that's probably definitely true. It's just a matter of establishing an underground to go back to that is a bit of a difficulty. But yeah, I mean, it's great to be in a, I think there's a kinship between all of these areas. I feel a kinship between Hackney and William Blake out there in Lambeth and Northampton, where all of these other people William Hervey, who influenced William Blake, he came from the boroughs. There are these small areas which have often got wonderful radical histories that have been overwritten or ignored, or in the case of Hackney, where the whole place is just in danger of being sort of crushed beneath the Olympic Village. You know, I mean, that was another thing where Ian Sinclair published his excellent Hackney, that rose red empire. And Hackney Council suddenly refused to let him read in any library in Hackney. He had to go over to the other side of the river, and they were happy to have him, and he could talk about what a bunch of bastards they were in Hackney. But it's lovely. I like the spirit, I like the energy here, and yeah, I do like the round chapel. Ours is a bit smaller.